I'm Maysha with As Long As You're Breathing. And I'm not doing it as a show today. I'm just doing it as a vlog. But I needed to come on and talk to you all about the 4422 portal. And we have another one on Friday, the 8422 portal. And what in the world is a portal? How about we talk about that? Well, if you look at the numerology of it, it's the 4-4 and then the 2-2. Now that can be, you can take it either way. You can 2 4s and 2 2s, or you can look at it as 4-4 and then add the 2s, and then you got 4-4-4. So you can do it either way. And this has to do with the sacred geometry or the cosmic math, which has to do with the universal laws which govern the universe. It's the math of how everything works, because everything is energy, and therefore physics or the universal law or the cosmic math it's what applies, period. When the electricians are working on things, the math is how they do it. Whenever they're working on nuclear power, it all boils down to the math. So the universe works the same way. That's why astrology works. It all has to do with the fact that we are energy. That's why whenever the new moon, the full moon happens, that's why the tides are affected by the planetary movements. It simply has to do with the fact that we are all energy, and everything affects everything. And it is cosmic law or universal law. So therefore, whenever you have numerological alignments like this, there are cosmic portals that are open. And what that really means is we have energies that we can utilize, and we need to be aware of them, so we are utilizing them positively, that we are flowing with those energies in the way that we want to. So we're using them with intention. We don't want to be manifesting against ourselves. We don't want to be really on a spiraling downward mode. We don't want to be low vibrational on that day. Whenever there's cosmic energy at play that's propelling us in a forward momentum. Okay, so that's why we need to be aware of portal days. But the other reason we need to be aware of portal days or high energy days. They're high energy days. Okay. That's what it essentially means. And the reason we want to be aware is just like we can use full moon and new moon energies or super moon energies, is because we can also use those days, and we can set our intentions, and we can use those to help propel our intentions as well. So that's the great thing about understanding about portal days. This is a huge one, 4422. Or 444, whichever way you want to look at it. But Fridays is even more strong because it's 8422. So it's even bigger. So these are important things. But as big as those are, and I want you to take note of them, and I want you to be sure that you're setting your intentions and you're using them for yourself, and you're not manifesting against yourself. You're not in a spiraling downward mode on these days. You're not in denser energies on those days. I want you to be aware of the importance every day of portals, because portals aren't just cosmic universal laws, astrological, out there somewhere, mystical things, okay? Portals are here. Portals are here. Portals are here. Portals are in our sacral chakra area, our sexual organ area. Portals are our hands. Portals are the bottoms of our feet. Portals are our heart chakra. Portals are our third eye chakra. Portals are all over our bodies. Portals are our minds. Portals are everywhere. Portals are anywhere that we can have input or output. Portals are anywhere there can be energy exchange. And where we have the most energy exchange is with our eyes. So, as I said often, and I want to reiterate, this is not about morality. I can remember when I was young, and people used to talk against having television. And And I can remember when people used to talk against having computers in their home or the internet in their home. And I thought, how ridiculous. Because you can choose what you watch and you can choose, it's make believe or whatever. However, whenever I was a news junkie, you all, I was a news junkie. I grew up believing that it was my civic duty to know what was going on in the world. And I'm telling you, folks, I literally hosted dinners for election. See, I can't even tell you what they are anymore. That's how much I've disconnected from it. Debates. Whenever there would be a debate, I'd host a dinner. Everybody came over. We sat and listened, glued to the television. I was a freaking news junkie. Somebody mentioned something going on in the world, and they're like, wonder what happened. They couldn't even finish the sentence before I could tell them. I could give them the news alert. Like all 46 news alerts of the day, I could tell them. I was on top of what was going on in the world, folks. I knew I was a news junkie. And when it got to the point where these portals, my ears, started, there were certain voices that I just couldn't take anymore. I would hear those voices and I would just feel myself cringe. And I had to turn the television off and the radio off in the car or switch the channel. I couldn't listen. And all of a sudden, my anxiety started going down. And I'm like, oh boy, there may be something to this, that what you're listening to and what you're watching matters. And I was one of those people. Of course, I have fight, flight, and freeze syndromes. My whole life, I've had it. I can't remember a time when I didn't suffer from fight, flight, and freeze symptoms. Of course, we didn't know that, but I have. And so, like, there would be times I could watch anything, any movie, any television show. I'd be fine. And other times, if it was too intense, and it could be a sad type of intensity, it could be a horror type of intensity, especially horror things, or it could be violent type intensity, and or suspense even. And it was too much for me. I would literally have to like stop and pause it and get up and walk around and do something and then come back and turn it back on and watch it that way. Or put like a pillow up against me and kind of like peek around the pillow and just kind of barely watch it. It was literally because my husband loved stuff like that. I was literally on anti-anxiety medication so that he could watch the stuff he wanted to watch on television and I could stay in the room. So when I started saying, I stopped watching the news and I'm so much better, I'm not staying in the room with you if this is what you're going to watch. And I left the room. Well, suddenly I wasn't taking those medications anymore. So all the years that I had been poo-pooing this whole, having these televisions in your home and what you're watching in them matters, or what you've got on the computer matters. Maybe there's something to that. So again, not a morality thing, okay? But I didn't know what it was, but I was discovering there's something to it. I still hadn't made the connection though. I still didn't know what the connection was, okay? But my health was improving. The more I disconnected from all of these things coming at me, the better my health was getting. All right? And this is before I knew energy management. It's before I discovered my quantum emotional healer. It's before I knew any of this. So I didn't know why. I just knew it was working. So I started disconnecting and unplugging from all of this type stuff. I watched history and home and garden, and I love those things. So comedy, I would watch comedy. But I didn't know about clearing my energy. So I'm going to get to that, all right? And so I'm not done yet. So nobody turn it off and say, oh my God, she's a Fruit Loop. Don't turn it off. But our portals, they're energetic gateways. Everything is energy. So the energy we take in. Why did I have fight, flight, and freeze my entire life? I grew up in a home, and I'm not putting my family down. It is the level of consciousness in which I was raised. And it's the level of consciousness in which they existed in, and their family before them, and their family before them. But I grew up in a home that the level of consciousness was such that it was chaotic. And that chaotic energy was coming in every portal of my beingness. And I was a sensitive. So my entire life, my fight, flight, and freeze mechanism was turned wide open with chaotic energy bombarding me. Now, I was very high vibrational. I was born high vibrational, a sensitive. So I would be able to rise above it at times and function very highly, but then I would also implode. The more chaotic the energy got around me, it would be too much for me, especially if I overextended my physical health, if I got sick, if I overdid it, and I'm an overachiever. So I put a lot of pressure on myself. I had to make straight A's. I took on huge projects. I took on huge jobs. I took on great responsibilities. I did. I had a family. I ran nursing facilities. I ran a band. I'd stay up all night making curtains or making dresses, or the way I lived was crazy, folks. I worked all day, worked all night, and somehow I made up more hours than that even. So I imploded my health with all of this. Okay. But all of these are portals, but I didn't know any of this. I didn't know I lived in an energetic body. I grew up in a home, very chaotic energies around sexuality. Very chaotic energies around sexuality. No idea, because again, I'm not talking morality here. I don't care who sleeps with who. But I grew up in a home where, well, just quite literally, if you don't sleep with that guitar player, he's not going to stay around. Well, the guitar player could go. That was my opinion. The guitar player could go, because if that's what it took to keep a guitar player, I wouldn't keep him around. But the stress that put on me was tremendous. Tremendous amount of stress. Please my dad, lose the guitar player. So the kissing at a very early age, the heavy petting at a very early age, the hands, the touching, all of those things are energetic commingling of energies and not clearing the energy. And all these things affect us. The things we see, the things we hear, the things we speak, the things we let in our hearts. They matter, folks. And it has nothing to do with what is right or wrong. It has to do with energy. What we take in is what we put out. And therefore, it didn't matter that in my mind, I was determined not to live the life that my dad, and again, it's his level of consciousness. Now, I'm not judging my daddy. I love my daddy. It was his level of consciousness. But I was determined not to live that life. But I sang it. I sang that life. I grew up in the middle of it. It permeated every portal I had. And so I could say all day long I wasn't going to live it. I've been divorced 3 times. All 3 of my husbands cheaters. Because that's what I attracted. And that's still what I attract. I still attract it. I clear my energy and I clear it. And I still attract people who see me as not worthy of being the only person they're with. I'm still clearing that energy. I'm still clearing that energy. So that's why I'm more and more careful all the time about what I sing. My eyes are very expressive. My eyes are very expressive. I may not be a cheater, but if I'm singing cheating songs and my eyes are expressing that, the eyes are the most powerful, energetic gateway or portal we have. It doesn't matter that I'm not a cheater. It doesn't matter that I'm not going to cheat on my husband. If my eyes say I am, that's the energy I'm putting out, and I am going to attract that energy toward me. I never understood that my whole life. I've sang in country bands my whole life, singing cheating songs, and have been hit on my whole life and didn't understand why, because nothing in my behavior, I didn't come on to guys. Yes, I did. I was up there singing cheating songs, and I put so much heart into my music. So yeah, I make eye contact when I sing. Every guy in the room thought I was coming on to them. I wasn't. I can hear my daddy now. Baby, if you're going to sing this music, you got to live this music. Damn straight. My eyes said I lived it. But I don't. But my eyes said I did. So it is true. What we speak, what we hear, what we touch, where we walk, what we allow our heart to dwell on, what we let in, what we refuse to let our heart feel. Our heart knows the story of our lives, the story we came here to live. When our heart gets lit up and we deny that energetic portal, we're denying the essence of our being. Because we can deny energetic portals as well. Because I'm very good at projecting energy out. I'm also very good at not seeing or hearing too. We can do so with distortion. That's another reason why we have to know about these portal days, about these high energy days. So we don't use that energy in a distorted way. So we get all the positive impact from these days that we can. The new moon, the super moons, the full moons. When we're in Mercury retrograde, we know about it. All of these things, whatever's going on energetically, universal law, cosmic law, it's all got to do with energy, folks. I'm not talking morality. When I talk about that, I didn't want to live the songs that I wrote. I want to be a faithful person because that is who I am. I don't want to be dishonest. And it may sound like morality to you, but that's how I want to be treated. I don't want somebody lying to me. But our sacral chakra, this comes down to energy management, folks. Our sacral chakra is where we manifest. I've been single for over a year, trying to manifest a very successful life, single. And I am struggling greatly with it. I am still trying to clear my sacral chakra, my manifesting chakra. I clear my energy more times a day than I clear my energy like you wouldn't believe. But I do a lot of scrolling on here. I have clairtendience. One day I reached down to pick up my phone and there was a message. And I could feel what the message was about. You talk about freaking me out. Now, I've learned to control it. I don't feel everything like that anymore. But I have to be very careful because my body is a portal. So I'm constantly clearing my energy. So yes, I have to be with a partner who is going to be faithful to me. I can't have somebody else's energy commingled in my sacral chakra. That is a very important aspect of my life. I don't have a television here. I don't listen to the news. I don't watch any of that kind of stuff. Now, am I saying that someone is bad if they do? No. But if you're a highly sensitive person, I don't know a sensitive that does watch the news. Or if they do, they watch very little. They maybe scroll through and get a report. And then they clear their energy. And the more of us that are doing that, do you know what's happening? What's going on in the world is having less and less impact. 3 years ago, with what's going on in the world now, everyone would have been screaming at the top of their lungs and believing that it was going to be World War III, that it was Armageddon, gas prices would have been $10 a gallon, the stock market would have imploded, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, there are so many of us now who believe the way we believe and who have shut it all off and said, we are not being controlled by that. Yeah. We are not reacting that way. We are not being programmed anymore that way. And therefore, they cannot make those things happen. That is why I keep telling you all, call your energy back to yourself. Raise your vibrational frequency. Plug yourself in to where you came here to live, and we will change this planet. And everyone will have the life they came here to have. The last numbers I heard, there's like 30% of us now that are well on our way to being at the vibrational frequency we came here to live at. When we get to the tipping point and we tip that the other way, and it's 70% of us and 30% not, it's going to be the other way around. The world is going to look vastly different. There's going to be a small part of the world that's in chaos, and the vast amount of the world is going to be calm. We are at that point in history, folks. But we have to understand energy management. We have to understand our eyes are portals. Our mouths are portals. The words we speak, the songs we sing, the things we let ourselves hear, the things we touch, the places we go, the people we let in our lives, the places our feet go. So many of us are spending time just out in nature. We're calling it grounding, earthing. We're just spending time out in nature, clearing our energy, coming to center, finding ourselves, getting to our heart chakra, our energy centers, the portal within ourselves where who we came here to be, that truth lies, so we can get plugged into that vibrational frequency. So the cosmic math of portal days can function the way it's meant to every day. Because we are energy. And we all have a vibrational frequency we're here to be in. And what we're looking at matters. It affects that vibrational frequency. What we're doing with our sacral chakras, what we're doing with our hand chakras, what we're doing with our feet, what we're doing or not doing with our heart chakras. Transcending the chakra or the dimension of the mind. Using your third eye chakra on high energy days like today and manifesting what your heart chakra knows your life is. Making sure that on a day like today, you're not letting yourself spiral downward and be in dense energies and pulling that into your life. Because, folks, whatever we're putting out, that's what we're putting in. The past few days, we had a new moon. It was a watery time for people. Emotional. It was kind of a low energy time for people. I had a lot of people reaching out saying, what's going on with me? Now we're moving into faster energy. It's going to get faster and faster today through Friday. The numbers, it's going to get faster and faster. Okay? It's going to be better and better time for manifesting, for making things happen. Watch what you're letting in your portals. Pay attention to your heart space. Plug yourself into the vibrational frequency you came here to be in. When you do that, you will be healthier, happier. You will feel whole. Don't get caught up in the lie that free will is doing whatever you want to do now that you're here. That's robbing yourself of the life that you came here to have, that your heart knows. And it's robbing everyone else of the lives that everyone came here to have. And it's butterfly effect out that causes chaotic energy that has caused the chaos that the world is in, and chaotic energy out in the entire universe. Your heart lights up over certain things for a reason. Your heart is guiding you. The mind is the dimension that is programmed by society and by things that have happened in your past. You are at a higher vibrational frequency now. You are not the same person you were the last time you tried something. Everyone around you is not the same person. Use caution. Of course. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. But don't stay in fear either. Because that's what it is. That's fear. When the mind tells you, we're just being cautious, no. The mind is lying to you. That's fear. And I know, because mine has kept me there many times. And I have told myself, no, I've just learned my lesson. I'm being cautious. I'm taking measured steps here. I'm weighing the options. Listen, folks, I write. I've written since I've dictated to my mama since I was a little girl. I've been a writer my whole life. I can rationalize with the best of them, folks, and I can make it sound damn good. I've had psychiatrists agree with me and say, you're right. Yeah. No, I wasn't. And they should have been saying, no, you're wrong. Follow your heart. But no, they didn't. You know why they didn't? Because their minds were telling them to. No, you better not do that. Better stay safe. No. We're here to live our heart spaces, folks. That's the portal that we want to let the energy out. Your heart knows. Your heart knows what really lights you up in the heart space. And the heart space is not going to lead you to do things that is going to be non-resonant energy. It's not. It's not going to lead you to do things that are non-resonant energy. Do I love performing? Yes, I love performing. Do I love being expressive when I sing and play? Yes, I do. Did I love it when guys would hit on me? No. I was uncomfortable as could be. I was like, what? Why is this happening all the time? Did it make me kind of feel good, a little bit good in my ego? Yeah. But I knew that was ego. I was like, okay, but this feels kind of uncomfortable and icky too. Did it make me feel like, okay, it kind of feels good that they think I'm pretty and stuff, but this doesn't feel right. I'm not flirting with these people. Why are they hitting on me? It was a disconnect. It didn't make sense. And then I got, well, okay, because you're the singer. And so that's it. I've told myself for years that's what it was. And I believed it because it didn't make sense to me because I didn't understand energy management. For years, I've told myself, well, you're the performer, you're the singer. So they just, they see you as the one up on stage. So you're the one they hit on. No, I am an expressive entertainer who uses her eyes. One of the most powerful energetic portals, and energy goes both ways with a portal that we have. And when I perform, I look people right in the eye and I sang more cheating songs, more come hither songs you wouldn't believe. And looking back on it now, no wonder guys came up to me in between sets and thought that I was that girl. No wonder. I'm 56, folks, and I'm only now figuring that out. I was clueless. I really did think it's just because I'm up on stage and it's like, okay, so because I don't see myself as all that pretty. I'm 5 foot nothing, folks, and I've had a weight problem my whole life. I don't see myself as the girl for guys to hit on. So it never made sense to me. I finally get it. It's the energetic portal of the eyes. I never got it. My first husband, I never understood why he married me. That man was not in love with me. I can tell you that. He picked a fight. He picked like 3 fights right before we got married because he wasn't brave enough to say he didn't want to marry me. But we played music together for years. And what do I do when I play music? I look people in the eye. And I'm expressive. And what kind of music did we play? Cheating, come hither. Yes. When I was a junior in high school, he needed a female singer. He contacted me. I was popular in the area. He wanted to overtake the most popular band in the area. So he reached out for me. I went to work for his band. I needed the money because I needed a new car. We became the most popular band in the whole area. That man didn't love me, but my eyes are powerful. I'm high vibrational, and I know how to use them to put the music out because I'm an entertainer. We were together 13 years, and they were hard years, and I'm not putting him down. It has to do with level of consciousness. It has to do with energy management, all things that he and I didn't know or understand. I can guarantee you, he doesn't understand it either. He doesn't understand it either. But at 56 years old, I finally understand why that man married me and why our relationship was what it was. Finally, I get it. Finally. I finally understand what Mr. Acuff didn't understand even when I was 14 and he looked at me in his dressing room and he said, I wish I could protect you, but I don't have the power to anymore. And I think you understand what I'm saying. And you have to decide, how badly do you want this? Because essentially he was saying to me what my daddy said. If you want to make it here, you're going to have to live this music you're singing. But he didn't know what he was saying either. It's energy management. If this is the energy you're going to live in, this is what you're going to attract into your life. And he said, you're the whole package. And he said, best of all, but worst of all, the looks. And he didn't mean how pretty I was. He didn't even know himself. I just spent an hour in his dressing room singing. It's the looks. The portal of the eyes. Energetic portals. It's how we speak. It's the frequency of our voice. I'm getting ready to do audiobooks. I've had several publishers say to me, whatever you do, you speak your own books because the frequency of your voice is powerful. Well, I know that. I'm an entertainer. I'm a singer. I knew that. But I had no clue about energy management. I do now. My throat chakra, my voice, my mouth, it is a portal. It is an energetic portal. We have portals in our bodies, folks, that are used. We use them every day. So does the fact that it is the 4422 portal today matter? It absolutely matters. The energies are high today. Know how you're using them. Know how you're using your eyes today. Know how you're using your mouth today. Know where your hands are going. Know how you're using your sexuality today. Know how you're using the Kundalini energy to manifest today. Know how you're using your magical sex today, you and your partner, to manifest. Because boy, have I got some more downloads on that. And I'm dying to tell you all that. Maybe Gabrielle and I can get into that some tomorrow. I'm not sure. Because I think we're also going to talk more about narcissistic personalities and that kind of stuff too. But portals, folks. And yes, the 4822 coming up Friday. Portals matter. And is it about morality? Not necessarily, but it is about, what do you want your life to be? What do you want to attract in? Do you want to live from your heart space and have the life you came here to live? Do you want your best and highest good? Do you want to be a part of the whole world's vibration going up and everybody having the life they came here to have? Because that's how you get the life that you came here to have. And it is the amazing life that is going to light you up and you be the healthiest, happiest, most whole, complete person you can possibly be. You think that you know what will make you happy, and yet you get it and you get more and more of it, and you're still not happy. You start living from your heart space and stop denying your heart space. Stop arguing with yourself. When the mind keeps ruminating on something, you're arguing with yourself. When you have to think something through over and over and over again and argue with yourself about it, you are denying your heart space. When it's something that you have to talk yourself into, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. But the heart space is like, are you sure about that? And the mind is like, oh, yeah, we want to do that. Yeah, don't listen to the heart. Go with the heart. The heart knows. And that is where your happiness will come from. That is where your health will come from. And if you want to watch a scary movie, if you want to watch the news, if you want to watch whatever you want to watch, if you want to go into a busy mall. I was at an airport recently. I was in New York City recently. I was in clubs. I was in bars. The places you go to, okay, that's fine. If you want to sing a cheating song, okay, fine. Clear your energy afterwards. Clear your energy afterwards. And if you're going to have more than one sexual partner, be honest with the person so they can clear their sacral chakra. And I can't speak any more clearly than that. Don't hide it from the other person you're sleeping with. They've got a right to know, because you are commingling their energy with someone else. And they have a right to know, because it is their manifesting energy that you're messing with. And that is a personal responsibility. And as a matter of fact, we all, since we can't know what the other person is doing, after 3 marriages, I should have learned by now, just assume and keep your sacral chakra cleared. I have a meditation on my website for that, the sacral chakra clearing. If you've had years and years of sacral chakra cross-contamination, it can take lots of time to doing this meditation. And a lot of it has to do with letting it go energetically yourself, understanding what you're letting go of. Today, folks, I have a clear understanding of what I'm letting go of. I didn't realize my own eyes invited so much of it, because all of the chakras are connected, and I didn't realize. My sister, when I was, 14, we would go to a friend's house all the time. They played cards. I grew up as a little girl riding on this guy's shoulders. His wife was insanely jealous of me. It got to the point I couldn't go there when they played cards. I didn't get it. I grew up riding on this guy's shoulders. I'd known him my whole life. But she kept insisting that I flirted with him. I didn't flirt with him. Yes, I did. Because I'm expressive when I talk. I look people in the eye. I'm expressive. And no, I wasn't flirting. But what she saw, to her level of consciousness and the way it came across to her, it came across to her as I was being flirty. Only now do I understand that even. I wasn't trying to flirt with that man. I grew up riding on his shoulders. I could remember being 3, 4 years old and him being on the hay truck baling hay, and we called him Bear because he always had this big beard, and I would run and get him sodas and stuff because I grew up with this being like a big brother to me. I wasn't flirting with this guy. She was insanely jealous of me. But I'm this very expressive, high energy person who talks with her eyes. And this was his wife, so that's all she saw. She wasn't around while we were growing up together. She wasn't around while I was like a little sister to him. So her level of consciousness, her perception of it. All these years, I've been like, why in the world? I was so hurt over that. I looked so forward to going there and spending time, I got really good at the card game. I didn't even play. I was the odd man out. My sister and her husband and these two, they, and I watched. I didn't get it. I do now. And I can clear all of that energy now. I couldn't clear it. I haven't been able to clear it all these years because I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I didn't realize the impact of, I understood for months now the power of the energy we could put out with our eyes. I knew we could transfer energy with our eyes. I understood the power of the portals of the eyes. But not until today when I realized that I needed to teach on portals and just what they were. And that the fact that there are always portals. I'm like, hold on a second. Your eyes. People are always talking about when you sing, you make eye contact. And people have talked about it your whole life. And that's it. So I get it now. So think about those things. Think about those things. Okay? Heart chakra. Follow your heart chakra. Guard your heart. Be careful what you let into it. Your heart knows the story. Don't let non-resonant energy into your heart. Keep your energy cleared. Release what you need to release. Forgive everything. Yourself. I forgive myself for all of that. I had no clue. I'm an entertainer. I'm an expressive person. I'm a communicator. I'm not going to stop talking with my eyes. But I'm going to be very careful about who. I'm very careful now. My circle that I'm around now is very limited. I'm around very few people now. I'm around a select few people. I'm very open and outgoing. You all see that. But the truth of the matter is, I have one friend I go to the movies with. He side hugs me and he knows damn well he's just a friend. I've been divorced for well over a year now. Haven't gone on a single date. I don't do dating sites. I don't talk to people. Out of all of the circle of people that I channel for and teach, there's one guy that I deal with. I'm very careful now. And I didn't even know why. I just knew in my heart space I needed to be. There's just one guy that has left his card here like 3 times. And I've thrown it away 3 times. And yeah, I'm not, no. I don't need non-resonant energy in my life. If the energy doesn't resonate with me, it doesn't resonate with me. I don't need it in my life. I've got enough energy to clear already. 56 years of it, soon 57. I don't need non-resonant energy. Use today's energy to clear non-resonant energy. Positive energy can help you do that. Use energy to do that. How do we use energy? Let me tell you that really quickly. Set your intention. Okay. Then surround yourself with the white light. Ground yourself. Balance your chakras. Then pull the white light in. Go to your third eye. All right. Then envision whatever your intention is. All right. Once you've cleared your energy, envision whatever your intention is. And once you've got that, once you feel it, once you're experiencing it, once you're being in it, then pull that back in and down the chakras. Exhale it out through the root chakra. Ground it 3 times. The last time, close that third eye chakra. Okay? And then give thanks. Then spread unconditional love under grace to the whole world. Send out some pink dragons and unicorns too to the Ukraine and to Russia. Let's get this whole war thing over with. They tell me there's a war going on, and because I don't watch the news, but so yeah, send some pink dragons there. Remember, that's another dimension. That's the personalization, that the way we have personified it. Dragons and unicorns, those are another dimension of energy. High vibrational frequencies of love. It can't hurt a thing. It can only help. And then give thanks. Gratitude. Does energy need our gratitude? It's conscious energy, so it appreciates it. But when we give thanks, That's putting more positive energy out. Therefore, we're attracting that back to us. See, there really is math, cosmic law to all of this. Do I believe that the energy is conscious? Do I believe that we communicate with it? Do I believe that the personification of the energies is okay and that we can talk to them, etc.? Yes. But do I believe that there's cosmic law to it and that it really is about energy? Yes. So you don't have to believe in the consciousness of it, but we cannot deny the universal law of it. And that is why the portal dates do matter. And that is why understanding that your eyes are a portal, your hands are a portal, your mouth is a portal, your ears are a portal. What we say and what we do, what we watch, what we let into our lives, and for God's sakes, our heart space, that portal, what is already there trying to come out and what we're letting in, what we're ignoring, and the dimension of the mind. We are energetic portals. Any place that energy can be exchanged, energy gateways. We are molecules of energy vibrating at a certain frequency that has come together in a form, a physical form like this, that other molecules of energy from a light being has incarnated into, and it is embodied. And the embodied part is the incarnate part. And we are meant to be at a certain frequency, to have a certain life experience. And the heart space knows what it is. Plug into that and have that life experience. And communicate with the rest of you, the whole of you, so it can guide you to make sure you get that experience, because it wants to enjoy that experience with you. Because the butterfly effect of that affects everyone else having it, and everyone else up there having it. It affects everything. 4422 today. 4822 Friday. The eyes, the mouth, the ears, the hands, the heart. Us. We are all portals. Namaste.